Look at somebody and say, why are you surprised ain't nobody there? So the thing that stuck out to me is, well, didn't they see him raise Lazarus from the dead in St. John chapter 11, verses 1 through 44? Didn't they see him before they raised him for the dead, that he took 4 days, he took his time to get there? And then as they begin to weep and begin to cry and say, man, just forget it because he already dead. He said, I already told you that he's asleep. Y'all ain't going to help me. Whose verdict are you going to believe? What Yeshua say or what you see with your eyes? Because your eyes will deceive you every time. But if he says the situation is sleep, then that means it's just on pause till he get there and it's coming back up. Talk to me, somebody. He gets there, and before he gets there, he said, let me tell y'all something. This sickness is not unto death. But wait a minute, he's dead. So how you going to say it's not unto death? It's not unto death, but it's that the Son of God might be glorified. The word glorified in that passage in Luke 11, John 11, 1 through 44, when you look it up, in the Greek, it's translated to the word doxa, which means weight. But the other thing it means is nature. In other words, nature is what a person is like. He's saying, I let him die so that you could find out what I'm really like. I am the resurrection and the life. Yes. Y'all, this is what he says to him. He said, though he were dead, yet shall he live. Am I talking to the right people? And so some situations in your life has happened and have gone past the point where you have any control of it, or you can put your hands on it and you can do something about it, because he's going to show you what he's like. He's going to show you who he is. He's going to show you that he is the resurrection and the life. Look at somebody, though it look dead. Somebody holler, it's not over yet. And that's the reason why people also have to be very careful how they size you up and how they look at you and how they, y'all ain't gonna help me. How many people know people will write you off when you're in your worst place in your life? How many people know people will expect nothing from you and say you can't do nothing because it looks over, it looks dead? But look at somebody and say, it's not dead. It's not dead. I'm just asleep right now. I'm just asleep right now. That's it, man. So it always amazes me. They heard what he said, and they saw him do miracle signs and wonders. They saw when he raised the daughter of Jairus from the dead in Mark chapter 5. He saw the miracle of that when he kicked everybody out the room, and he began to pray. And y'all ain't going to help me, and his daughter resurrected from the dead. So it wasn't like they should have been surprised when they saw an empty grave from a Savior that told them consistently and constantly that he would take his own life, lay it down for the sheep, and pick it back up, that he would destroy this temple, but in 3 days he would raise it up. But yet these people had walked with him and saw the empty tomb, but yet the only person that saw it and believed was John. Sometime you're going to be by yourself. Come on. That's it. That's it. Sometimes you're going to be the only person that believed what he said. Y'all ain't gonna help me. You got to be okay with that, because the truth of the matter, like he told Thomas, he said, Thomas, come check the holes in my hands. Look at my pierced side. He said, but I wanted to, and then Thomas said he believed. He said, yeah, but the people that believe without seeing, those are the ones that are blessed. Yeah. Y'all ain't gonna help me. So if you're by yourself and you're the only person believing, that's okay. Look at somebody, say, because I'm blessed. Yeah, you're going to be by yourself in a lot of things, but it's okay, because technically you're not by yourself. The resurrector is right there with you through the whole process. Look at somebody and say, no one was there. No one was there. Mm-hmm. See, how you don't believe when you seen what he said, when you heard what he said, when you knew the prophecy. How did you not believe? How did you look at an empty grave and the first thing came to your mind is somebody took him? Didn't you forget that the empty grave that he was in was a borrowed grave? Okay, never mind. Don't y'all think that's crazy? That the grave he got was a borrowed grave from a council member named Joseph? That in the planning of his funeral, he said, we're not going to spend no money on no sepulcher. We ain't going to waste that. We ain't going to use all up the insurance policy on that. Get me a borrowed grave, because I ain't going to be in it long no way. Oh my God. Look at somebody say, the grave that I was in was temporary. It was just a borrowed grave. It wasn't even my grave. It was just temporary. I was fronting and living a life that was a lie. That's not who I was. That was who I became. But look at somebody say, when I was resurrected from that grave, I was resurrected into the newness of life. How many new people we got in here? How many new Oh, y'all too slow for me. I said, how many new creatures we got in here? Touch somebody and say, I'm not the same. I'm not the same. Don't trip because I still got grave clothes on. Don't trip because I came out and I still got the binds on my hand. Lazarus was dead, but yet he came out hopping. He couldn't see. Y'all ain't going to help me. But look at somebody say, if you get resurrected, you ain't worried about all the stuff other people worried about. Look at somebody say, I once was blind, but now I see. How many people once was dead, but now you're alive? Go, man, let me talk to somebody. They'll come back and look for the empty grave. I need somebody to shout, but no one's there. I need somebody to holler, no one's there. No one's there. Do I have anybody in the building that people came looking for you in the grave? They thought they killed you and buried you in just to get there, and you was not there no more.